Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Trinisha and it's a pleasure to have you stop by. And if you're back here again, glad to have you. But today's video is about my 5 favorite iPad apps. I know the last video you guys saw me do about iPad was about my 11-inch Pro. If you haven't seen it already, check it out. Because I had to make a decision on to get a new device because I had a MacBook Pro, but it was a little bit on the older side. So I decided to trade that in to get a little bit of an updated and advanced iPad. And let me tell you, I take this baby everywhere I go. I had a larger iPad. It was like the 16-inch. I think it was, is it 16? I think it was 16-inch. And it was a little bit bulky, so I didn't really take it a lot with me. But listen, I throw this in my purse everywhere. So I have my planner on here, my apps. I do a lot of my content creation and video editing on my iPad simply because sometimes, you know, my phone screen can be a little bit smaller. I do have an iMac as well that I do for like all my long, but anything under that that's a little bit short and sweet, I'll do it on my iPad just so I can leisurely do it as I, you know, move on with my day. But today I'm going to be discussing my 5 favorite apps, and I'm hoping this can be helpful for you if you're trying to figure out the best apps to, you know, optimize usage of your iPad. These apps have made my life more easier, more organized, and more creative, because I feel like sometimes if you don't create the perfect environment or create a encouraging environment for you to be able to create stuff and do content and think outside the box, it's really hard. You feel like you're stuck. I've been there. A lot of the time I felt pretty stuck in terms of like what I want to do next, what do I want to post on my page, do I even want to post? No, let me get started there. But like, I feel like having my iPad and having it optimized to create has made things a lot more easier for me, and I feel a little bit more, I think it helps with the flow of things because I feel like everything is where it needs to be and it's in my resources at my fingertips, basically. Now, let me stop yapping. Let's get into the list. Coming in at number 5, we have CapCut. I know there's been a lot of controversy in regards to CapCut as of late, so I do have an alternative. So we'll say CapCut or VN Editor or InShot. Now in terms of InShot, I haven't had too much experience on it, so I can't really say what's the similarities. I have used VN Editor, and I will say the editing system is very similar to CapCut. The only thing I think that CapCut has over VN Editor is that their templates are a lot better. CapCut's templates, like for instance, if you're not someone who wants to create something from scratch, the templates on VN Editor are okay, but CapCut's is better. But I wish they would get it together and fix their user agreement, because they're kind of forcing me to have to find something different when I don't necessarily want to, because I feel like CapCut is a very user-friendly app. Like you could do pretty much anything on there. You can edit YouTube videos on it, you can do everything on there. So I don't know why they're acting like that, but before they got rid of it, CapCut was that girl. But now I have to think of alternatives. So if you are looking for an alternative, VN Editor is it. Like I said, I just don't like the templates, but their editing system is very similar and very user-friendly. Also too, I think in the free version, you get to edit 100 videos before you have to like either go to their basic plan, which I think is like $9.99. So that's something to think about. All right, so now we're going to number 4, and that is Claude AI. I can't remember the creator who mentioned it in their video, and I was like, I already have ChatGPT. You know, me and ChatGPT are like besties. But if you are creating something for a business, or you want something to sound more creative and more human-like and more like flows better, Claude AI is it. I don't want to tell you guys too much because I don't want you to get on there and then they have to pay, but it is free. Claude AI is free. Like you could literally put anything, like for instance, if you're doing like anything writing based that you needed to sound creative and more flowy, Claude AI is that girl. I usually use it for a lot of my YouTube descriptions and anything like captions, because I feel like they always hit it every time I use it. So Claude AI, love, love, love. They do have a paid version as well. I do not use that. I use the free version because I don't need to add no additional expenses to my life. Maybe you can, but I just don't feel like adding that to my expenses. But I love Claude AI. It's like one of those apps I use all the time, like all the time. Love you, ChatGPT. Now, you know ChatGPT is great. However, I think when comparing the two, if I need something more writing based, Claude AI. If I need strategy, ChatGPT. But that's just me. They probably do both the same thing, but I think comparing writing styles, Claude AI, fantastic. Number 3, Widgetsmith. So if you want to create those cute iPad backgrounds where you can, make your iPad optimized and organized, you can add like the cool motivational quotes, you can add like picture, like they even have something you can do, have it's not a DJ, what do you call that? Like a record player that plays like, that has a little fake record player playing, moving, and it's just your music you're playing on your iPad. You can have that. You can put all sorts of stuff. On my main page, I have the Apple Calendar, a few motivational quotes, random photos from my camera roll, Notion, that's another app that I'm going to talk about later, but let's not get into it right now. I have a Pomodoro thing there for productivity. You gotta have it. I have YouTube. I have YouTube Studio, another app I'm gonna get to, but we'll leave that behind. And then I have my planner, everything. I have my front page optimized for me and what things I use on a regular basis. And Widgetsmith makes that way easier because you can add photos, you can add quotes, you can pretty much add anything. So if you're looking to, spruce up your iPad, then the Widgetsmith is going to be great, and it is free. We like free, so check that out. Also too, with Widgetsmith, you have custom font, custom color. You can make your iPad feel completely yours, customized to you. And when it's customized to you, you're more likely to use it and more likely to be more organized. I'm just saying that, I don't know if that's true, but for me, that's how it worked. Like just seeing my iPad organized and having my stuff at my fingertips, it works. Coming in hot at number 2, we have GoodNotes. So here's the thing. I used to be a Notability girl in college, and I love Notability. Don't get me wrong, I love Notability, but I always saw people talk about GoodNotes, and I was like, what's about that? What's up with that? And so I wanted to try GoodNotes instead of my typical Notability, and I loved it. It was really good. That is where I use my planner. This particular planner, I'll link it in the description. Great planner, love it. Got it off of Etsy. So that's how I can pretty much organize my life in that way. And I think with GoodNotes, it's nice to be able to kind of put things digitally. Pen to paper is always great, but I feel like when you are operating on the go, you're not always able to take paper with you, and so GoodNotes is a good example. Also too, I use GoodNotes to read my optometry magazines every month. You can just upload it in there, you can download it as a PDF and upload it into my iPad. That way I can kind of highlight, write, make notes as I read. So I love GoodNotes. Lots of options. You can even add stickers, you can add Post-its, you can add, it has different types of writing. You have various colors, various color highlighter, pen, pencil. You can add in pictures. You can pretty much do everything on there, so that's great. It also has a timer in there too, which I forgot, which is pretty interesting. So GoodNotes, good one as well. And coming in at number 1, my all-time favorite app, Notion. Oh my gosh, if you are a creator, if you are a student, if you are just existing, Notion is the best app. You can pretty much do everything in it. And it has AI in it as well. So if you want to for instance, you put some information into your Notion, you can, I think you just hit space in the slash, the slash, and you can do you can turn your information into a table, you can turn it into a pie chart, you can turn it into pretty much everything. And also you could add in AI type stuff in there in between. But let me show you what I use my Notion for. I use my Notion for content creation only. I don't use it for anything personal because I just use my planner for that. I felt like there's just too much things in one place, and I like to keep things separate. So I know when I come in Notion, I'm coming to create. That's my create space. And my GoodNotes is my planner. That's my planning place. So for my Notion, you see in my Notion, I have a content calendar. So basically how my content calendar is set up, I have an idea, how I have it set up into 5 categories. So the first category is an idea. If I have a video idea, shooting, what is in shooting range of things. So if I have a video about my 5 favorite iPad apps, that idea is in shooting mode. So I know I'm shooting that at that point. And now when I'm finished shooting this video, I'm gonna slide it over. Yeah, so I would just move it to publish. And then when you click the actual idea, it has all my stuff. So how I have, you can create templates for these. So for instance, anything with like YouTube, I have a YouTube template. So basically like research I've done, like videos I've seen that I thought were really good, draft of my title, thumbnail inspiration, description, draft and final, some shots I know I need to have in my video, and then my overall script. And yeah, and some things I need to do, like Rocket, I want to make sure I post it on TikTok, Instagram stories, and my YouTube shorts so you guys see it. So yeah, that's my content calendar. And then also with I have a thing here that's called content brainstorm. It's just like random ideas. So if I get, like if I have some ideas about beauty, like beauty videos I want to do, I just throw it all in there before I put it on my content calendar, because it can get crowded really fast with ideas. I learned the hard way because I started putting all my ideas in one place before I was actually ready to execute, and it got overwhelming. So what I started doing is just block them off into categories so I can hit every pillar of the type of content I'm trying to shoot. So I have beauty ideas, travel ideas, lifestyle ideas, some YouTube description templates like that I did from scratch, and I kind of adjust that to go along. Some PR templates that, for instance, I'm doing like brand outreach, I can send out a specific template. I put PR applications, that's just places I've applied to, that I sent an email out to and what their response was or what they said, just so I can keep track of that. I used to do work with Lux Tribes, so I was like brainstorming ideas for their videos. Dream Life, that's so personal, I can't tell you about that. Maybe I'll tell you about that in another video, but it's basically something about what I would like my life to be and what would make my life perfect in my own eyes. And so I just keep that there to kind of inspire me or remind me of what the main goal here is and what I'm working towards. So I'm done yapping. And then gifting tracking. I don't do gifting a lot anymore, but I just keep track of what I've been receiving. So that is my baby Notion. But Notion is very easy to use. Once you get to the hang of it, it's gonna be your holy grail. I'm telling you, it's gonna be your holy grail, I'm telling you. So I absolutely love Notion. Now for some honorable mentions, because there's some there's some apps that, they didn't make it to my top 5 just because, it was very competitive out there. But they're still like among my top 10 apps. They're in my top 10. I love them. And so one honorable mention is YouTube Studio. I love YouTube Studio. It pretty much has everything in there. So I can see at a glance my channel analytics. So I can see my total subscribers, how much views I've been having over the last, I think, 30 days, my watch time hours, the content I recently posted, how they're doing at this time in terms of like views and content thing. I can also even edit like my video captions, descriptions in here as well, which I thought was really cool. So like, let's pick a video. I'm gonna pick this one. This MAC Cosmetic Cork Lip Liner. I love me a cork, that's what I'm on right now. Quick plug. If you're interested in this liner, I'll link it below in the description as well. Sorry. But yeah, this video, you can see here, I can edit it here. And then when I edit it, I can add in the description, visibility, if I want to make it, if I want to schedule it, or if I want to have it unlisted, I can do that there. Pick an audience. I can link another long form video playlist if I want to add it to a playlist. And then you can add like tags, all sorts of stuff. And then yeah, you can pretty much do everything on this YouTube Studio app. And I think it's really nice for me in terms of like me keeping in mind how my videos are doing. It is nice to kind of just click that and be able to see everything at once. It's absolutely perfect. So I love YouTube Studio. Definitely a great tool if you are someone who posts on YouTube regularly. Another honorable mention is the Canva app. I don't feel like I need to say too much about Canva. Canva is so widely known. It's definitely a great place for you to get creative and create, whether it be posters, YouTube thumbnails, edit pictures, like you can do your UGC portfolio on there, or your media portfolio on there, or your media kit on there. You can do pretty much everything on the Canva app. And the great thing about the Canva app on the iPad, for instance, if I'm just, chilling around, I can just open the app. I can do like a little thumbnail here and there, and I can just drag it straight from my iPad onto the actual app. So it's definitely convenient. Yeah, you can have it on your phone, which is great too. You can use it on the desktop, but I think you can add this to your iPad. And like I said, it's all about creating systems and creating the environment for you to feel creative, like having those resources at your fingertips. So I really love having the actual Canva app on my iPad. So I really don't have too much to say about it. I feel like Canva is self-explanatory. It has its rep, and that's what it is. It's a good app. So there you have it. Those are my top 5 iPad apps for me you know, it may differ for you based on your needs, but these are the 5 apps I found the most helpful for what I'm doing in terms of like creation, content creation, and just, you know, existing. Just existing. These are like my favorite apps to just stay on top of it. I'm a type A, but I also have ADHD. So I feel like having the type A and ADHD at the same time requires a little bit more organization and being a little bit more intentional with the type of environments I put myself in and the scenarios I put myself in. So it's all about optimizing. So when I'm on my iPad, I know it's create time, and when I'm not on my iPad, I don't do fun stuff on here. When I say fun stuff, I mean I don't watch like movies or anything on my iPad. This is strictly business, strictly business, creation, that type of thing. Just getting my life overall organized. I feel more organized when my iPad is in hand. So yeah, that is my top 5 iPad app. What apps do you guys find useful for your iPad? I'm curious because I'm always interested in adding something else to my little repertoire to make my life more organized and, you know, flow more seamlessly. So if you have an app that you recommend, let me know. I would love to add that to my list. And if this video helped you discover a new app or a new alternative, like, subscribe, share with a friend. I really appreciate you guys staying all the way to the end of the video, and love ya. If you have any questions about any of the apps, or if you have recommendations, just leave it there in the comments. I'll be sure to message. I'm really good at pretty much responding to comments, so just let me know. And also too, I forgot to mention this little hat that is uber cute, and this swimsuit top was made by my mom, Island Hook TCI. So if you are interested in it, definitely check out her Instagram page. But I absolutely love it. So it's so freaking cute. Yeah. So thanks guys. See you.